Hey everyone, Richard here, Metal Fan. Today we're going to be looking into a brand new discovery, and we're going to be looking into the band Judas Priest. Now, let's talk about Judas Priest for those of you who don't know, all two of you. They're one of the most influential bands in heavy metal history. Now, Judas Priest formed in 1969 in Birmingham, England by guitarist K.K. Downing, bassist Ian Hill, and John Ellis, which I forgot what instrument he played in the band. But yeah. Now we go into a year later, 1970. They got their original singer, not Rob Halford. I know it's a shock. They had a singer before him, Al Adkins, and then they got a bunch of lineup changes, and then in 1973 they got Rob Halford, which is pretty much the good thing to have happened to Judas Priest, because I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be where they're at now today without Rob Halford. And then they got Glenn Tipton in, and then in 1974 they pretty much got signed, and then they put out their debut album, Rolla, which we are going to be talking about. And now this album, Rolla, is pretty much one of the most underlooked albums in Judas Priest's discography. Now when this album first came out, it was met with some really negative reviews. Mainly, I think, because of the kind of the bad quality in the production of this album. It's kind of eh. And it only sold like a few, didn't sell a whole lot of copies. Because musically, this album is more bluesy type rock, similar to like Black Sabbath a little bit in their earlier stuff. But my honest opinion, and I know there's going to be some butthurt Judas Priest fans that are going to talk shit, I think this is pretty much their weakest album from the start off, but since then they would go on. We all know the Judas Priest that we all know today. But yeah, let's get into this album. Now the album opens up with One for the Road, which is a pretty good song. It's just a simple rocking track. It's just very simple, nothing special. I do like that song a lot. Then we get to the next song, which is the title track, Rocka, which is pretty good, I have to say. Do enjoy that song. And if you've seen an older video of Judas Priest from like 1975, you can see that before they were pretty much wearing all the leather and shit, which they're pretty much now known for now. They were just looked like fucking hippies and shit. But yeah, Rocka, it's a pretty good song. Nothing good there. Then we get to Winter, which starts off very quiet. Then it goes into more of a rocking type song. And sort of Rob's voice sounds really sharp. I really enjoy that song. I think he would get better and better. I think he's still trying to experiment a little bit or something. I have no idea. That's just me. Then we get to Deep Freeze, which is the next song. It's a very short song. It's pretty much less than 2 minutes. It just has a little bit of guitar noodling. I mean, I don't know why that's there, but eh. Then we get to the next song called Winter Retreat, which is a sort of a good song. I really think it's a pretty okay song. I really enjoy that song. Then we get to the next song called Cheater, which is a really great song. It's one of the better songs off this album. It has a really catchy lyric. I really enjoy that song. Then we get to the next song called Never Satisfied. Now this song, I feel like musically it's a little bit weak, especially with the guitars. They kind of sound a little bit weak. And it feels like it should have had a little bit more of an edge to it, which it would have been pretty good. Then we get next song is called Run of the Mill, which is sort of a slow and relaxing type song, and this solo is pretty good, I have to say. Then we get to the next songs, I should say. It's kind of split into two songs called Dying to Meet You / Hero Hero, which is a 2-part song, which is weird. It kind of feels like should have been separated into 2 separate songs, not be like one thing. But it's eh. Then we get to the next song called Caviar and Meths, which is sort of like a little instrumental, and sort of ends the album. In my opinion, it feels like this instrumental should have been a little bit more longer. It's sort of very melodic. It's just very relaxing. I think it's a pretty good instrumental, but it feels like it should have been longer. Now overall, this album is pretty much an underlooked album. It's pretty much weaker album in Judas Priest's discography, but you know, like I said, then from later on they would just get better. They would be better, and we pretty much know the Judas Priest that we all know today. Now, if I were to give this a score, I would give this album probably a 6.5 out of 10. Probably. Just what do you guys think of this album? I want to know what you think. Just comment below. See you guys later. Keep it metal.